Okay, mic test, mic test. So, essentially, let's close these. You're asking about when to peek wide, when to peek close, right? And when do you hug the wall, right? And it's all contextual. But it's an underlying idea that peeking is essentially rock, paper, scissors. It's a fight between the other person swinging, whether they want to swing close, wide, or not at all and hold, and the other person essentially preparing or anticipating what they might do. It's either a close, you hold it close, wide, even wider, or you just assume they're not gonna swing and you could reposition, right? And it's basically a dance between those two. And the thing is, there is no correct answer. The only right answer is essentially what the other person thinks, and can they anticipate the move you're about to do, and can you execute on that advantage? And what I mean by this is, let's say for example I have an enemy standing over here, right? I have a vandal. If I just swing, if I just swing for information or I jump peek, right? Once I have information of them, I know where they are, and that initiates the fight. Before I even pull out my gun or before I even start shooting, the fight has already started. And this is a fight between guessing the right answer. Rock, paper, scissors, as I said. Are they going to hold close? Are they going to assume I hold close? Because if once I swing wide and if they miss the shot, I gain the advantage. And it's essentially a free kill for me. If I peek close or close to the wall here, I get one tap because I stop in that particular area, right? And if I don't swing, it becomes like this guessing game of, am I impatient enough to rush this person or do I just hold? And depending on the context, for example, let's say the spike is planted and it's for me, then now they're essentially being forced to push up and get impatient, and I can punish them that way, right? And then it's also the same in this side, right? If I'm the person that's going to peek them, what are they most likely to do? The common habit is if someone jiggles, the person holding typically likes to hold close because they're anticipating that the person will jiggle once more, right? And try to catch him off like that. So as a counter to that, sometimes you could swing wide and then go for the kill, right? And it's all these nuances, and it's just about predicting what the enemy might do. If the enemy knows what you're going to do, then it's essentially a free kill because all they have to do is put the crosshair where you will go and what you will do. If I know the trajectory of where Raze's satchels are going to go as she's throwing her ulti, I can one tap her in the air as if I had, I don't know, aimbot or something, right? That's all it is. That's why Jet Dash is important and very useful because it creates this scenario where you cannot predict where they're going to go and you have to adjust your mouse accordingly. Because if everyone was just moving side to side all the time, then people will just master shooting people from side to side and always shooting that area and always getting one taps, right? But that's not how it is. People are unique. Some people will swing really wide. That's why stuff like the pop and swing is very, very annoying because you don't expect it, and that's why it works. It only works if people don't expect it, and most of the time people actually don't, right? And this is why shooting stuff like this is easy because they stay in the same place every single time. These move in a predictable pattern. That's why they're very, very easy to shoot. But the second they start swaying left and right, up and down, they become harder to shoot. And that's all it is. You're trying to be harder to hit by always being unpredictable. And I know it's hard to be unpredictable, but you just have to open your mind and also come to terms with the idea that even if your idea was wrong, you still have the possibility of losing. You can still wide swing, and the person that you're fighting against can simply just flick like that and still one tap you, right? But like I said, we're playing in odds. The odds of you winning when you wide swing and they don't expect it is a lot higher than if you were to simply just jiggle or stuff like this, like deadlocking, right? And that's the idea, right? And I'm gonna show you some examples as to why I think this is true and how I use it in my own gameplay, right? Just so you know I'm not bullshitting you, right? It might sound like, I don't know, some bullshit idea because it's what I pulled out of my ass. So here's my compilation of plays, and it's to show you that it's actually what I do, right? So for this example specifically, this is Neon, right? Neon has a movement ability just like Jet, except hers is a running ability instead of a dash. And in this scenario, let's mute this so I can explain better. Right, as you can see, I'm using movement. I know the person is on my right because my teammate died, right? So here, I create a scenario where I'm extremely hard to hit by b-hopping, leading them to the right. Now they're gonna try and shoot me from the right, and then I backslide. And as you can see, it's correct. It's exactly what they do, and they fall under my plan. And odds, they can still shoot me. But now, I've created a situation where there's also a teammate with me, and now it becomes the odds of either, if they're extremely good, I die, but I get traded. It's a 1-for-1, or I kill them. Which in this scenario, I kill them, right? And that's what I mean. And that's why movement abilities like Jet, Yoru TP, whatever, Chamber TP, that's the beauty of it. You can play these unexpected ways and people can't anticipate it. And in this example, as well, here, I did not expect someone to be on the left. Again, if I always knew where the enemies were, I would just put my crosshair accordingly. I had to adjust and missed, right? My crosshair was here because I was torn between, I was like, okay, I don't know where this Omen is. Is he on the left or is he on the right? I don't know. I tried to play the middle. I saw him. He didn't see me. This should have been a free kill if I had adjusted properly, aka if I had better aim. I didn't. I missed. And I tried to go for a wall bang. And then I hugged the wall here, thinking he was gonna try to swing close. Failed, but he whiffed. If he had hit me, I would have gotten dinked. It would have been harder to hit that first shot, and I would have died, most likely. But since my aim was better, he missed. I even did a micro adjust on my movement just to try and account for the fact that he's already about to shoot me. As you can see here, in this micro moment, if I slow it down, playback speed on 0.25. As you can see, the second I saw this Omen, I literally readjusted a little bit to the right. And as you can see, I quite literally dodged a bullet in Valorant, right? Very, very micro things. As you can see here, bop, bop. That was 2 dodges. It's funny, but that's the truth, right? And even funnier is the clip isn't over. If I play it back 0.5, again, person that saw me, I should have been dead, but I don't know, he whiffed, and then I started moving outside of his vision, essentially creating a smoke for myself, essentially, right, where they can't see me, in order to reload. 2 people swing. I'm like, oh shit, this is bad, right? I'm reloading. I keep calm. I don't panic. 2 people are shooting at me. I strafe left and right. I strafe left and right and try to essentially dodge bullets. Again, this is playing with odds. They can easily shoot me in the head and kill me. But it's better moving than not, right? It's better standing still and just accepting death, right? So I moved, and luckily, with the stroke of luck, boom, double 1 tap, right? Because of their poor mechanics. And then here I swing, I heard noise, and then it's essentially just a free kill, right? And I'll give you even more examples. This is all Valorant is. Because again, this is a tactical shooter. It's all about the brains. You could have godlike aim, but if you don't have the game sense for the game, you can't really play well. You can't beat the game with just mechanics alone. And this is what I mean by mechanics. This is a mechanic. These micro things that you're doing in-game with your WASD and mouse is all that support. Again, I adjust my crosshair accordingly, that was just skill. That was just aim diff, right? I went for a quick shot because again, in full speed, that looks slow, but in full speed, that was essentially just the person tucking in the corner. I one tapped them either way. Again, look, full speed. I saw the person. I flick. Micro flick, one tap, right? They didn't have armor. It was a free kill. Once above. Again, if the odds were in her favor, but she whiffed. Odds were in her favor. She whiffed. She tried to retreat, and I punished her. Right? It's all that is. Again, adjusting crosshair where the enemy might be. I pushed in order to create an advantage, essentially because it's unexpected. If someone was on site, they'd be like, what the hell? There's an enemy. Again, I created another scenario where the enemy doesn't expect where I am, and that's the advantage. And here, this is just mechanics, strafing and moving. And then next, for the ace, I tried to shoot smoke, and my ace got stolen, right? Next, this one is a really good clip of why being calm is important. As you can see here, boom. Quick kill here. Nothing too important here if we slow it down. It's essentially just me swinging. Oh! Recognizing I was about to tuck back in. Recognize an enemy was in my peripheral vision. I actually whiff. But I tucked back in. Realized they're stupid. And I one-tap them, right? The next here. Again, clearing angles slowly. Oh! I should have been dead here if the chamber was expecting me, right? But they weren't. They whiffed, I missed, and then I readjusted for the headshot, right? Next on this clip, I go for the plant. I don't know where they are. I checked. I keep checking angles. I don't just play passively. I genuinely check and predict where the enemy might be. And in this scenario, my teammates called that he was behind me. They saw with their peripheral vision, and there we go, right there. And then I saw. And then boom, I whiff. Again, I had the advantage there. I missed. I tried to use the util in order to create distraction. I check whether they climbed up. Oh, again. They weren't expecting it. I caught an angle. I whiffed, readjusted again, and then I went for the headshot. All it is, all in micro. Here, this is an example of why aim is also important, and it's not all brains, right? So in this example, they were distracted with, it's essentially a 2v1 here in this scenario. I saw the jet fighting, so I was like, oh, it's my time to swing as well. Went for a one tap. Second person swings. Again, in this scenario, if the jet was really good, they would just one tap me here. They whiffed. I go for a one tap, and then a one tap. And that's just aim diff, right? And here, again, crosshair placement. Enemy. They have the advantage. That's what I mean. They have the advantage. The odds are 60-40, right? 60 for them, 40 for me. Actually, no, even like 70. 70 for the jet and 30 for me. I had a low chance of survival in this scenario. A good person, like, if I was the better player here, I would essentially not even swing this. I would throw my blind and then swing. Because the odds are, if they're holding an angle like this, where they're... it's not that it's unexpected. There's just too many angles. I lose, right? But aim diff, right? Micro just aim diff, reaction time diff, right? I anticipated. I was dialed in this moment, in this game. This is the same game, right? Omen, again, I pushed really fast, so Omen isn't gonna look there first. Turret hit me, and then the Omen, right? And I go for a quick one tap. Here, again, unexpected angle. And yeah, right? That's all we're playing. In this scenario, again, here's also an example where I fuck up, right? Right? Here, saw the KO, literally the freest kill of my life because we were walking. I whiffed. Instead, I killed the person behind the wall, and that's why I clipped it. Here, and this is going to be the last example because... Actually, no, I'm going to show you the last example of why aim is also important, right? This is the best clip of my life, I think. Actually, no, we'll show you this jet clip because this is also important. And these last two will be the last example, right? So here, very quickly, I hug the angle because most likely they're either going to jump peek or they're going to swing very close because they can't just swing normally in this angle because everyone will be looking here if there was an enemy, right? Oh, and then smoke's up. I prep my dash and my smoke. I get in the smoke. Again, this is why the dash is important. I go for a quick B hops inside to essentially save time. I saw the bot. I ignored it because I whiffed. I saw gunshots, so I tried to go for an off angle. I actually had my crosshair wrong. If the enemy was more or less prepared for this, I would have died here, but they weren't. So I hugged this wall, hoping that they would try and push. I saw my team was already on site, so I wanted to create crossfire, because again, also the fade prowler was there, so I was ready to try and look for a fight. I tried to follow it. I saw that thing get scanned, but there was a killjoy, so I go for the killjoy first. Random enemy wasn't ready for me, and then I pushed. Omen was reloading or pulling out his gun. Now I don't push here because I know that if the whole like 3 teammates already died, there's 2 people already rotating, right? So I go for an off angle, get caught by the Reyna, but again, movement gap because agent diff, right? I updraft, saw the Reyna. I know I can't just drop down. Movement, air strafe to the right, and then create a scenario where I am essentially quick peeking them, and then they couldn't really anticipate that. And then here, my teammates were just screaming, "Ace, Ace, Ace! He's here, Ace!" Again, odds were in his favor as well, but they whiffed. And then aim gap, right? I wasn't skilled in this scenario, they were just bad, right? But in scenarios like these are where I had the advantage, where essentially I created a scenario where I was in the winning scenario because they can't one-tap me from here, and they were essentially greeting to kill me because they're down by a lot. And then here it was just dumb. Next is the last clip, which is a really good example of aim gap. I checked angles, I saw the Sage. I tried to be patient with my bullets, and here I tried to create a timing. Essentially, here we go. I'll actually explain the timing here, and you need sound in order to comprehend this. They use the util gunshots, right? The thing is, when someone is shooting like that, they're spamming, right? And the problem when someone is spamming, their gun will be inaccurate, right? They're not 100% accurate. So I try to go for a quick swing, miss the timing. I know that I'm trying to be quick here. I go look up instead and try to catch people off. I tried to help my team cross onto site by holding this, I forgot what the term for this is. This place, you know what it is, right? And then here I saw my teammate die. I tried to trade them off. I missed. Again, I tried to look for here because again, teammates on B are essentially either from here on Market, CT, or in stairs. And that's what I'm doing, right? I'm trying to catch people off guard. While my team is pushing, they keep failing. Again, Omen had the advantage here, but it's unexpected that I'm still here and not on site. So now it's just an aim gap but with movement. And then here as well, they tried to look for a retray. They weren't sure where I was. Here, boom, that was just aim gap, right? And then here I saw the enemy. And this is what I mean. In this scenario, this is where both people have the wall, right? Wall that they can hide from, right? And in this scenario, there was 1 minute, there was no reason to force, but I wanted the spike on my right. So I had to find a way to push towards the right side, right? So here slowly, I tried to work my way up. I saw the flash, so I used movement. I tried to B-hop into this corner. I heard the Reyna shooting behind me. I swinged 180. They whiffed completely because I was jumping, and it was like kind of unexpected. They whiffed. Trade, it was terrible. And then the last kill was, they tried to punish me by pushing up and trying to force the 2v1, right? But aim gap, right? And this is all extremely quickly, and it's all within milliseconds, right? So to put that in full display in like terms of how it's actually done in game, this is how fast it is. Gunshots, nope, can't. Okay, I hold here. Oh, my Omen's here. Oh, he's dead. Well, I tried to trade him. Nope. Okay, just gonna keep holding this. What's going on? Okay, my teammate's pushing. I'm gonna look. Okay, fuck, there's an Omen. Oh shit, there's also a Sage. Oh no, I'm gonna heal. Oh god, what's going on? I'm gonna hold down. Okay, what the fuck? I got that shot. Oh, there's a KO. I'm gonna eat. Oh god, okay. Right. And now, okay, wait, the spike is here. My whole team said, okay, I'm gonna pick up the spike. Oh fuck, there's a Reyna. Oh shit, and then oh what the fuck, the insane clip, right? And that's what happened. Like in my head, subconsciously, without thinking, right? That's what happens, and that's what you need to develop. So I hope that clears up when you should, because the reality is you don't know what it is, right? You can't know until you're in that situation, and you have to pick the best answer for each scenario. And it's only done through experience and practice. A lot of death matching, a lot of actual games, and aim training, right? And a combination of all those three, right? So I hope that clears things up. I might even upload this, right?